Hey, come on. Let's go, Captain Lindpress. Try again. Hey, everybody, is there a window open? I feel a draft. Wanted a kiss and call your mother. Thor! Oh, that was a good one.
Hey, prehistoric forest.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Andy. I shouldn't have called an apple fritter a donut.
Really? What changed your mind?
Well, might have been that 2x4 you hit me with out there. Hurts here, a little bit here, but mostly here.
Yeah, well, Miss, are apple fritters donuts?
Absolutely.
I knew it. Yeah, well, anyways, I'll have a waffle.
Boom! What's up, everybody? It is the Dennis and Andy Show. We were in Hickory, North Carolina yesterday for a show. You might have seen it. I tweeted it. Dennis Facebooked it. Yeah, we posted. If you couldn't make it to Baltimore, come out to Hickory. Great show by Timmy Mack and Timmy Mack's Comics and Jacob Time Tunnel.
Yep, Time Tunnel. Those two poles put on a fun show, and glad we were able to make it a second one in a row. And you know, it's a very nice local show, and yeah, great time. And you know, a lot of great comic. There were toy dealers, there were cosplay dealers. They had a little bit of everything, but you know, at least like 13 comic dealers. So there was a lot to choose from.
It was. Brian Norton says, if y'all come to Tokyo, I'll be there. If you could find a promoter to fly us to Tokyo, we'll go. I mean, I will. I don't know if Dennis can make a flight that long anymore. His legs might seize up if he's in the seat too long. You never know.
You know, guys, after going back and forth to Korea a few times, that's a rough one. That is a rough one. It permanently screwed up my sleep schedule. But hey, you know what? Never say never.
I told him just take a donut to sit on so his hemorrhoids don't act up as usual, and then he could probably fall asleep no problem. But when your roids are pushing up in you, it's hard to get a nap in. Leg kick, hello. So there you go. Was that TMI, Dennis, about your roid situation?
Yeah, one, I don't have roids too. If I sat on a donut, it would be jelly filled, and I'd pick it up and eat it.
Are you sure you don't? I don't know.
I don't know.
Chris, I don't know if that's a real last name. So hello.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're trying to trick me into saying that last name or not. So I'm just going to call you Chris. So
it's not that bad. Come on. No. I know I've done it enough.
Hey, I'd love to go to Tokyo. Like I said.
Back. They went
find
to
a
Korea
show that's willing to pay. Yeah, I tell you what, you find a show willing to pay for the flight. I'm sure the rooms aren't super expensive. I'd cover my own room if I just got the flight covered. See that?
Wow.
I'm working. I'm willing to work with you. So, all right, well, let's get this show on the road, guys. After every comic show we go to, Dennis and I, not only are we the guests at the show, and we had a great time, sold some Kor-Drath stuff, met some fans, but we get there before the show opens. That's a perk of being a guest. And we like to get some shopping done. And shopping we did. So we always like to come on, do a live stream, and show you the goods that we got to build our collections even more. So since I'm on the left-hand side, I guess I will go first. Let's see. I believe it's this one. It is. Look at that. Ooh, nice and big. Okay. Grouping some books here. So I picked up a couple issues of Silver Surfer. I didn't actually get these in the 90s. No excuse. I just didn't get them in the 90s. I know Ron Lim. I like Ron Lim's artwork. And I was just going back. Marvel last year, the year before, put out a couple Silver Surfer like Rebirth miniseries by the original creative team of Ron Mars and Ron Lim. And I bought them and I was like, man, this is good comics. And so I went back, picked up some surfers, and it was like, this is good stuff. So I had a list that I put together. I just want to get mostly the Ron Lim stuff. I needed this issue. I got it. However, as I was looking, I got this issue. Now you're going, wait a second. That is a Ron Lim cover. It is issue number 90. I don't know why the sticker's there. It was only $1, but I got it because I totally blanked. One of my buddies I shared a studio with back in the day, drew it, Bill Merriman. I would like to ask the editor what he was thinking when they decided to go with the color font for the text, for the credits, because even this close, that is very hard to read. So either they're like, who cares about the credits, or the editor fell asleep on the job. And I worked with Craig Anderson, the editor, but that is just bad. That should have been like yellow so you could actually read it. So a friend of mine drew this one, so I got this one. And then another book in this, it's not a Silver Surfer, but it kind of belongs in the category. And, we talked before the show, instead of going through every book one at a time, batch stuff. Solar Man, #1, written by Stan Lee. I assume created by Stan Lee. Mike Zeck cover, which I love. Now, I already have issue 2. I've had it forever because Mike Zeck drew issue 2, inks by Nestor Redondo. He only drew the cover to this one, and I never got it. I see it at every show. It's only $1. But I figured, finally I'm going to get it. It's drawn by Jim Mooney. And Jim's good, long career in comics. I'm trying to find a shot of Solar Man in here. This is really an origin story. Finally on page 17, Solar Man shows up. So I figured for $1, it's only 2 issues. Might as well have them both. And now I do. Well, there you go, Frog Tony. Look at that. Good taste.
So, guys, one of the things that I've asked Andy, because I love that. I have the entire run of Silver Surfer. And he just picks up parts of it that he likes, or people that are in it. I think it's a good enough series, guys. Should he pick up the whole run? I vote yes. What do you guys say? Is it worth picking up the whole run? Every series has its ups and downs, but this one's got a lot of ups to it.
When the logo changed and then George Perez came on as the writer, and nothing against George. I've never read any of those, so it's nothing against George. It's just like I just associate Silver Surfer with Ron Lim artwork because he did it for the longest amount of the run. And I really like Ron's artwork. So when somebody else does it, I don't know. We'll see. I do have the last issue of it, which is one of the most expensive ones because the print run was so low. So anyhow.
Yeah.
Dennis?
Great series. I picked up only one of these. This wound up being a show where I wound up, had a few missing issues on some titles, and this is one that I picked it up. Avengers 127. Sal Buscema. I think Steve Hart wrote it. Yep. You guys always get to see the splash page. Not one of the most super exciting splash pages, but look at that. Turned right to it. There's the Marvel value stamp.
Oh, cut it out, baby. Cut it out. You need to cut that out.
But yeah. So anyway, it wasn't anything super special, like there was a character or anything great. but it's one of the ones that I was missing. That's always a good one. Leg Kick says yes.
I
And
know.
he did collect them all.
I know. I showed his comments. He said,
Silver
"Yeah."
Surfer is
Tony,
great,
though.
but when they retconned
Now,
his origin, yeah,
when
I
did they?
know.
So wait, they retconned it. They retconned Surfer's origin in this run. And who was the writer at the time when they retconned it? And now I will say, by the way, I did get Ron Garney's issues because those things are freaking gorgeous.
Which ones did he do?
He started in the 120s, around there,
Okay,
somewhere. But they're just gorgeous because that was he did the book after the 2-issue special that Stan Lee wrote and Jean Girard Mobius drew, and Mobius brought such a unique take on the Surfer. You could tell it was Ron was influenced by it. So it was like very Mobius looking with Ron's great storytelling and dynamics. So I do have those. And then I've got some spotty issues in there as well. So
yeah, very nice.
So, but back to the question, when was it retconned? Is what I'm curious. So, Frog Tony, if you know when it was, because I'm curious at what part of the run, because it wasn't retconned from the very first issue. I'm pretty sure the first issue of Surfer didn't they stick with his typical origin? Do you have anything else, or is it my turn?
You know what? I'll show one more batch because I got a little batch here, and then we'll switch it over. Because this one is, this is always good. Captain America. I found Earl was there. Earl's always got great stuff. But this one is number 179. It's in, pretty decent shape.
That's a nice one.
Sal Buscema, Vince Coletta did some stuff in that one. And then I think I got them mostly in order here. 204.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and these are just ones that I missed. So 204, 213.
Nice.
All pretty decent. 214.
God, I love that cover. I freaking love that cover. Love that Captain America figure. Man, I just love it.
Yeah. And then the last one in that run that I needed that I got in that batch was 215. So that definitely closed a few gaps in there, which is cool. These are all really good. I do love them. And yeah. So Captain America, always picking up whatever I can in the older ones. Because, back in the day, I was an X-Men guy, and that's pretty much what I collected.
I know. All right. Jumping back over to this guy. Let's see. And real quick, Brian Norton said, my only run was Marvel vs. DC and all the amalgam. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I have those. I think they are great. I love that stuff. So, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna do 3 more books. Actually, I'm gonna do 4 because it's 2 are the same, 2 are same title, then 2 are different, but they're just ones. I'll explain why I got these. Guys, big Alpha Flight fan here. Love John Byrne. Got all the Byrne issues of Alpha Flight. Got the Mignola issues. When Mike left the book, I left the book. But I went, and for $1, I got number 52. One nice Kevin Nolan cover.
Love that cover.
Love it. And it's flashback. And basically, this issue is drawn by June Brigman, inked by Whilce Portacio. So the June's art's nice, Whilce's is, but it kind of does flash back to the origin of Alpha Flight and stuff. Guardian is in it, Vindicator, whatever. Love that character. That's why I got it. So I will actually be reading that. And then another one, Guardian versus Vindicator. Jackson Guy's cover, and it's not the original James Hudson. I don't think. I haven't read it. I honestly don't know who is wearing this costume. I don't like the fact that they reverse the colors. I don't, like I said, I wasn't reading this. This is number 92. So hopefully they'll say in the book what the deal is with the reverse colors on Vindicator, because I assume Heather is going by Guardian. So we'll see. This book was actually done by Richard Bennett, did the inking, and a guy named Dan Reed did the pencils. And there's Byrne-isms in it. You know, like the art isn't like super flooring me, but there's stuff in it that I look at and I go, oh, that's kind of cool. Like the splash page is kind of cool. I just wish Vindicator's costume, it almost looks like a coloring mistake, because if you look at the white parts of Vindicator's costume, that's where the artist put a lot of heavy shadows and blacks, which you usually do in the red part of the costume. So I have no idea, but I guess I'll find out when I read it. At least I hope I will. And then another one I got, Hero Alliance from Innovation #1, Bart Sears cover. So I like picking up stuff that Bart did the cover stuff on back when he was first starting out. And but more importantly, and this was 1989, the inside is drawn by Ronald Lim, otherwise known as Ron Lim, and it's some of Ron's early work as well before hitting the mainstream. So I was like, yeah, I'll get that. So I picked that up, give that a read, and then this was on a dude's back wall. I thought it was going to be pricey because a lot of back wall books are pricey, but no, I was surprised, and I don't have it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Carrie Gamble drew the inside. The Uncanny X-Men at the State Fair of Texas, baby.
Yeah.
I love promotional comics. I was hoping to come back and rub it in Dennis's nose and have him go, damn it, I don't have it. But he does. He does. So
I know. Yeah, he was all excited. He goes, oh, I got something you might not have. So I knew it had to be X-Men.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. So, but he has it. Oh, here we go. Frog Tony says, Silver Surfer 130, they changed the fate of Zenlaw and add some very convoluted story about aliens called The Other. It kind of ruins all the older stories. Oh, now I'm curious. I'll have to look that one up. All right.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember The Other. So, it's been that long since I read it. I do remember them doing a few things. So, yeah, one day I'll have to have time to go back and read it. One of the things that I had as a kid, and I got most of the run, I looked for all of them. I was a fan when Marvel came out with their Star Comics. They had Thundercats and, the Heathcliff and Silverhawks, all those fun ones. I had collected all of them. I really enjoyed them. One of the ones but I got rid of all my Star Comics. Again, wish I wouldn't have. So slowly but surely, I've been going back and picking them up. But I wound up finding 4 out of the 5. I couldn't find a complete set anywhere, so now I just need to go number 5. Air Raiders. Oh, yeah. Air Raiders. Howard Mackey, Kelly Jones. These were cool. I should probably pop one open just for you guys to see them. The Cunninghams were there. Love the great older couple. They are some of the nicest people in the world. Their stuff is alphanumeric, alphabetized, so it's really easy to go through. And so yeah, I do enjoy it. Oh, it's got a miscut page. Look at that. I opened right to it.
Oh, let's see.
It's got a folded page, and then when you bring it down, you can see a miscut.
All right, so who drew it? That's the question.
What's
that?
Who
drew it? Who drew it?
Kelly Jones.
The inside?
Yeah.
No shit. Let me see. Kelly Jones, Jim Sinclair. Pull down. Let me see the splash page. Did he do every issue? That's cool. Early Kelly Jones, man. That is freaking cool.
Yeah, he did all the issues. And it looks like there's two miscut pages. Look at that. The next one's also folded and miscut. Check that out. That is so rare.
Zaid Comics is saying hello to me and not to Dennis. He knows.
Wow. Yeah, there we go. Oh. He knew. He always does them individually because we're patient. I'm a very patient person, so I knew that was coming. Howard Mackey actually wrote the first 3, and then James Rose wrote the last 2 to finish out the series. But this is a fun series. It is one that I'm definitely I'm going to go find that 5th one. Somebody's going to have one out there. And guys, some of these, like super not valuable ones, when I find them, I typically don't open them up and go check out for miscuts or things like that because they're just a few bucks. So it's not the end of it. Frog Tony said, essentially every appearance of Zenla and Shalabal were fakes created by Galactus to keep the surfer thinking he actually saved the planet.
Got it.
Oh well. I am going to pull this one out. And yeah, because this one's actually in Mylar. And I think I got this one from Earl as well. Let me just pop it up. Make sure I didn't have it. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh my God. Yeah. There you go, scanning stuff. Huh? Do you have it?
No, I didn't think so. Because I know most of my covers. This was the 3rd printing. This is the a foil variant of this is the 3rd printing by Dan Mora. But Berserker, oh boy, that is really hard to see.
You and your foil gayness.
Love the foil cards, but the 3rd printing, guys, they did so many printings on this, the first setup. But you guys know, Andy and I both collect the series, the original one. We had crowdfunded it, and I also picked up floppies. I've got a bunch of the original runs on this one. But to see a 3rd printing like that one, like I said, at this point, I may just wind up picking up a whole bunch of I might as well just go back and pick up all the different printings because I know they did at least 5 printings of it. Matter of fact, let me just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for a book that's
just
not
give
that
me
old.
The money. If you're just going to waste money like that, just give it to me.
There's a 2nd printing, 3rd printing. I see a 4th printing and a 5th printing. Yep, I see a 5th printing. I think, let me just go. They also had done a ton of #1 covers too. A lot of the shops did them. 616, Big Planets, Cape. A lot of those guys did them as well. So outside of the printings, it looks like there's 74 covers plus 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th printings. So dudes, there's a lot of covers to this, but great series. Make sure you get it. Nerds. What? Just because we like to collect things and I'm kind of a completist? Oh, wow. Yeah, Eric. I do like foil covers. Like the only times usually, both Marvel and DC, pardon me, are putting out facsimiles. If I'm going to get a facsimile, I do love because it's that super heavy card stock on the front cover. I do love it. I got the Treasury edition, which I did a full review on compared to the original of Muhammad Ali Treasury versus Superman, the DC versions, the foil, and you get to see them side by side, the colors. Yeah, do love that stuff.
Well, good for you. All right, moving on. So, as a kid, once again, big John Byrne fan. is why, and you skipped my Steve Gamel comment. No, I just we didn't. I mean, I never heard of him, so never heard of him.
Yeah, you can share your Michael if you got a YouTube channel.
Hey,
and you
what's
wanna
up?
Pop it up. Go ahead, pop it in there, and one of the wrenches will check it out and okay it.
Great. I hope the con's going great, brother.
See
So.
there. Yeah.
Once again, I thought I had every issue of Fantastic Four by John Byrne. I bought them as a kid on a monthly basis. Either I can't find them or I literally didn't buy a couple months worth, but I'm missing about 4 or 5 in the run. So for $1 a piece, I got the ones that came with the Marvel Legend. I guess that's what it's called, action figures or whatever it was called. I don't care that they're not the actual ones that came out on the stand. They're the same book reprinted, and that's what matters to me. So picked up those, and then another book I picked up, which I've been meaning to get, and those were $1. This was also $1, which is cheaper than the actual book itself. Is Iron Man 200 because it's it's not the best armor in the world, but it's a number 200, and I like collecting 100s, 200s, 150s, 175s. So for $1, got it. I'll take it. And I did. Dennis wanted it, even though he already has a 200. He doesn't have this 200.
No. I have nicer 200s.
And I wouldn't let
him have that one. No, guys, 200, once you get up into there, you get into the Iron War, Silver Centurion armor. My favorite armor of Iron Man of all time. I did like the stealth armor. I like almost all the armors, honestly. The 2099 one, not as much, but man, that is my era of Iron Man right there. Absolutely.
Whoa, that is sacrilege. 2099 armor is great.
I knew you were going to say that, but no.
Weirdo.
Yeah. See? What? There we go. I love the Silver Centurion. Exactly. Who doesn't? It is amazing.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just no yellow and gold. That's all.
Well, hence why it's
yellow and red, gold and red.
I guess Joe Bernardo should be on here, or Amish Ninja. They're also huge fans of it. I really was hoping to see a really nice quarter scale sideshow exclusive of it, but now I've run out of room. They've run out of time. So guys, let's see how good the chat is. Why would I pick this one up? Or as a matter of fact, why would I pick these two up? Oh yeah, anybody knows what this one is? I do my quick flips and I do full reviews. This is Thundercats. This is issue number 5. But any ideas? Come on. Oh, I see Marcus in there. You guys are usually really quick about this stuff. Who's the cover artist that I collect on everything? Gargoyles and Thundercats. That's right. Bloody Drake got that right. But also, let's see. Where's his signature? Oh, it's really hard to read. I won't be able to show that. But Perillo, my buddy, Lucio Perillo. I get all Perillo covers. So this is Thundercats on it because I already collect the series. And honestly, I did collect the beginning. I started collecting Gargoyles because I really enjoyed. I remember the cartoon when it came out. But both of these are the Virgin covers. And this is cool. I have the regular Perillo cover, the ones with the full dress and everything. But man, these Virgin covers of Perillo, I love his artwork. Everything that he does. His women are the best. But honestly, when I take a look at this, how he paints like that, man, we wish I could do that. But that is why my buddy Joe, he always hooks me up with any of these cool Perillo type covers that I can get my hands on. So thank you, Joe. Gatsby Comics is his shop, and he sets up at shows. And I know he does an online thing, but I usually see Joe at the shows. But if you're into stuff like that, he's probably got a hookup for you.
Nicholas says War Machine is the best armor, and then he says, "Suck it."
Oh, somehow he must have deleted his second comment since you can't show it.
Yeah, I think he did. He felt bad.
Yeah, I am there. I don't disagree. I really like War Machine. I don't consider him Iron Man, but that's a different debate. But I really do like the War Machine armor. I actually collected U.S. War Machine and the War Machine ones. I picked him up, obviously first appearance and stuff. But man, it's a really cool armor.
Well, all right. Next, let's see. Just going through. Oh, I can do these two at the same time. Let's see. Okay. So this next book came out, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago? Robert Kirkman, Ryan Ottley. It is Solid Blood, and it's number 17. Are there 1 through 16s? No. Is there an 18? No. They put out this one book with this new character. Kind of like a gimmick in a way, I don't like Team America. Now Dennis has Team America number 1.
The funny thing is I found the whole run there and I was very tempted to buy it yesterday, just the whole thing, because I don't have it anymore. Team America.
You got number 1.
Yeah, but I don't. They literally had like the entire run, I think, in a set there. And I debated, but
how
guys,
cheap are you? You didn't want to spend $1.
I'm running out of room.
The whole run.
I hate to say it. I'm running out of room.
$1.50 for the whole run. You were so cheap.
It was not $1.50.
So this came out, and it was basically them just putting this new property out, starting with issue 17, kind of like Marvel did with the Century, where they were like, "Oh, we found this old character that was designed by some schmo," and everybody that knew it was John Romita Sr. that drew it. And I got one from the comic shop when it came out for cover price, $4. I got one on eBay for like $7 or $8. And then, thinking, because the whole thing was, ooh, low print run, this thing could go up. Well, this cost me $2 at the convention. So no, it did not go up. And Eric Boyd, by the way, I actually do have the entire run of NFL Super Pro.
Yes, because it is Andy's favorite. It is indeed. Yes.
I thought the character design was fun. I thought it was a fun looking book. Anyhow, this is printed on a newsprint type paper. It is not, I don't even know if it's 22 pages. I guess it is. But I mean, if you're a fan of Ryan Ottley's art, I mean, look at that. You got some Spawn looking big ass character there. I mean, it was fun. Never heard of Solid Blood. Nobody had. That was the thing. It's kind of flew under the radar. I told Dennis about it. As far as I know, Dennis, you should have one.
Yeah, I do. I think I picked that up when it came out. I don't think I didn't continue the series. I picked up either 1, 2, maybe 3 issues.
There is no series.
Oh, it's just a one shot?
No, it's literally number 17. They put it out as almost like a spoof. There's no 7, there's no 16, there's no 18. It's literally just this number 17 that they did. And it was going, when it first came out, it was actually selling for more on eBay. Like I said, I was able to pick one up from the shop.
I got 2 copies.
What's that?
I got 2 copies. I just looked.
Yeah, and I now have 3 copies. And it even says to be continued. It never was. They have a fake letters page in it called Mail Flood. It has a nice 2-page spread pinup at the back by Ryan Ottley. I don't know. Look, they even do a next issue. It was totally just like this spoof thing. And
they never did anything.
And because I paid like $10 for one and like 5 or 6 for the other, and only have 2 copies, when I saw this one for $2, I was like, screw it. Now I have 3 copies. So at least that's 18 total for all 3. I can say they were 6 apiece. And it's just one of those books that I think is it's really cool. So, there you go. Another one I picked up. Now I only need one issue of this to complete my Don Newton run. So if you know who Don Newton was, great artist, passed away way too young in the early 80s. Some of his first work before breaking in at DC was Charlton the Phantom. This was $6. I'm not looking for perfect clean copies because I know those are a lot more expensive. Now I only need issue 69, and I've got the entire Phantom run by Don Newton. And Don painted these covers in acrylic. This one isn't a great reproduction, but I did find a great reproduction online, and just a great book. So there you go. Back to Dennis.
Nice. Well, I got a couple of them. This one was very fun. I had bunch of friends showed up. I was helping out my buddy Mark and his brother and stuff, finding some books that they were on the hunt for. And it was kind of near the end of the night. And I was like, oh, and I'm sitting there chatting with them. And I took him to Rick Fortenberry. He's got great older comics and stuff like that. Love it. And I was helping them trying to find it. And as we were staying there talking, I think it's his godchild was dressed up in Daredevil. And I found out he's a huge horror fan. And I mean, he could name anything off the top of his, any movie trivia question. The guy was amazing. So we were talking about it. I happened to turn my head because I had looked at his wall, and I don't know if he had just put it up or what. But the last one I needed, McHale's Navy. Oh, yeah. So very excited for this one. So very, very excited. There are only 3 issues in the run. I've had 1 and 2. I think I had gotten those from Larry Allen over the last few years. And this one I've been on the hunt for, and I'm like, no way. Is that number 2 on your wall? And it was. And guys, Tim Conway. I mean, this show was great. The comic book is actually very fun. Ernest Borgnine, that show was fantastic. They do such a nice job, with just capturing the essence of the show. Now, it's not like realistic artwork and stuff like that, but it doesn't gotta be, because this really did capture. So I absolutely love the fact that
read the chat. Read the comment I have up.
Funny you should mention Daredevil. That was me. Oh my God, that was you. Well, Cosplay, look at that. You joined us and you just made the DNA show. So you were there when I found this. So again, like I said, Rick Fortenberry had it. That is awesome. I hope I got the story completely right since, with your relationship. But guys, McHale's Navy. This was a great, great find, so I can knock that one off. And another one I got to finish off near the same time. Earl had these. I am an absolutely huge fan of this movie, and he had all 3 issues. Yeah, baby, The Last Starfighter. I had issue number 1, and these are in really nice shape. And then he also had 3 and 2, all right there. Bill Matlow wrote it. Brett Blevins was the artist on this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. Check this out. This is fun stuff. 1984. Like I said, the graphics were ahead of its time for what this show or this movie was. And I had these as a kid. It didn't make one of my moves. So, yeah, I always kind of wanted to finish it off. Guys, and Earl had these for $2 a piece. I was just like, yep, no brainer, completely gone. For those of you that remember the movie, I mean, again, this captures the heartfelt movie that this was.
Oh,
fun
boy.
Movie. Yeah, Tarks, fun movie, classic stuff. Here, for those of you that are watching this on X and stuff like that. And I know you don't get to comment. We are live on Rumble as well. And I double checked. It did functionally go through. And I saw one chat earlier. So we know that the chats are on Rumble. So if you are on there, the chats should be coming through. Here we go. Yeah, Catherine Mary Stewart. I am telling you, of all the movies and stuff she was in, she looked the best in this movie. I would totally agree with that. Totally agree.
There you go. Yes, you would.
And he said, I got the story right. It was an absolute blast talking to you about the horse stuff and Bill Shatner. Yeah, it was. Love Bill Shatner and his mask, which became Michael Myers. Love it, love it, love it. It was nice meeting you, by the way.
Well, there you go.
Actor Robert Preston made that movie work, in my opinion. Yes, he was absolutely fantastic. All right,
Cool.
you're up.
I'm up. All right, let's do this. All right, let's see what I got over here.
Another good one.
Getting towards the end. Oh, wait. Oh, not really. Well, maybe. All right, let's see. All right. Two more that have a theme, not the same title, but they do have a theme. Marvel 2-in-1, 84. Thing in Alpha Flight. Ron Wilson, Chick Stone on the art. Alpha Flight fan. I swear I have these, but I can't find them. Or I did, and for some dumb reason I got rid of them. For $2 each. Why not? And to go with that, Marvel Team Up Annual, Spider-Man and Alpha Flight, Paul Neary art on the inside, Paul Neary on the cover, inked by John Byrne. So it looks like John Byrne, but it's not. It is Paul Neary. Even though I've got reprints, because I've got the big fat John Byrne Alpha Flight Omnibus, and these are reprinted in it. For $2 each, yeah, baby. I can get them and have them. So there you go. It's Dennis's turn.
All right. I also have a pseudo theme. Well, it's not even a pseudo theme. I do love it because I know I'm going to see Billy at some point. I used to collect a lot of this back in the 90s. And like everything else, it didn't make the cut. So I got I got number 10, and I had to go look because they were a bunch of more she's out there, but I already did have a lot of them. But I was able to find a few of these that I did not have. And then, of course, one of the series, I didn't have any of this series. And so that was cool. Junen, Billy Tucci, of course, our buddy, our friend. I love this stuff. So I found some she's floating around in the wild with all the keys right around her. So, boy, that was kind of fun. See what I did there?
Oh, yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. All right. We're kicking it now. All right, let's see.
Yeah, and there's the Rocketeer. Billy is doing the Rocketeer right now. We both backed it. You guys should. It's really a cool thing that he's doing. So yeah, if you can, take a peek at that and go check that one out.
All right. So the next one is going to be 5 books, all different, but instead of just going back and forth, we'll go through these. Punisher War Journal, 31. Great cover by Joe Jusko. Artwork, well written by friend and pal Mike Barron. Artwork by Andy Hubert, inked by Big Daddy Joe Kubert. Once again, I had this. I don't know what the hell I was thinking getting rid of it for a couple bucks. It was well worth it again. Going back to John Byrne, I thought I had every issue of X-Men drawn by John Byrne. Once again, I'm missing a few. But for $5, X-Men 123 with Arcade. Filling a little gap there. Booyah. This, I totally forgot. Great Rick Leonardi art on the inside, inked by Joe Rubinstein. Early Rick Leonardi, because this is from 1984. But a backup story by Alan Weiss featuring Quicksilver, and Alan Weiss has not done enough work. I love Alan's work. So for $2, Rick Leonardi, Alan Weiss, heck yeah, had to do it, and I did, and I got it, and it's good. And then let's see, which one of these do I want to do first? Well, I'll take one out anyhow. I'll do this first. King size annual Spider-Man, Punisher, Frank Miller, Klaus Janson. Heck yeah. $5. Had to get it. And then I've got the trade paperback. Well, it's not even a trade. It's the little digest reprint of this. But I never had the full size first issue. And it's only 3 issues. And I don't really care about if I get 2 and 3 at any point. If I find them, I find them. If I don't, I don't. But I always wanted the full-size comic. Here we go. I believe Byrne's first work at DC, The Untold Legend of Batman, John Byrne, inked by Jim Aparo. That's a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez cover. And this is number 1, 1980. And let's see, there's a great shot in here. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Just the team of John Byrne being inked by Jim Aparo. I mean, that is just so freaking cool. Oh, yeah, right there. Great splash page. You can see Byrne. You can see Aparo in it. I mean, fantastic. Had to get that sucker. So there you go. Yep, Byrne's first DC art. Marcus is like, you are correct. So there you go. 30 years old. Nice thing about John Byrne being born in 1950. Very easy to figure out how old he was, roughly when he drew stuff. So,
yeah, She-Wolverine.
Well worth
it. Good one. Yeah, and Marcus does know. We just have to ask. Marcus will know the answer. He's quick on his feet. So
yes,
2 things, 2 books that I picked up. None of these were the regular runs, but I did need. I had annual 2 for Micronauts. I think the only Micronauts that I was missing was annual number 1. I should double check. I think I might be missing 59, but I knew I was missing annual 1. And then I'm missing the special edition 1. And then I think I'm missing the last issue. Otherwise, or maybe some of the end. But I've got a big chunk of the run. I do love the Micronauts and stuff like that. Bill Mantlo, Steve Ditko.
I was going to say that's Steve Ditko on the inside, I believe. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It is good stuff. Now I have to find that issue. Nice. See, even the splash page. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did he ink it himself?
Let me double check. Story, Bill Mantlo, art. It doesn't say at all, so I would assume that's a yes. Because it does not list.
Well, in the credits, it just says what? Steve Ditko art?
Yes. So I assume that means yes.
It is.
And this is one I took a chance on. The copy that I had was a little bit lower grade, but Thor, this is his annual number 4. I think it was like 1971.
Dude, that's a king size special. Yeah. Not an annual.
No,
learn how to read.
Annual.
Well,
so
I'm just
for those
saying,
of us who don't understand comics, they didn't always just call them annuals. This was the king size special number 4, which is Thor's annual number 4 from 1971.
I hear you, but I also know how you like to shine me on some. Is it a new story or is it reprint?
No, this is reprint stuff. But it's still a cool one. I think this is slightly better condition. I thought it was actually a little bit nicer till I popped it open. The back looked actually fantastic. But the front actually does have a crease that I couldn't see. But guys, for $5, I didn't care. This is a great
I was going to say
a great pick.
$5.
Yeah, Randy says only 20 likes. Get on it, people. Yeah, I hit that like button. We're here on a Sunday, so you know, hit that like button for us to get up after the big trip back last night and unloading everything. You know, get your friends on here. Leave some comments. You know, we love to hear it from you guys.
We do. Was that premature of me, or is it my turn?
Now, go ahead.
All right. Let's see. Okay, here we go. 3 books. Once again, Thor. I thought I had every issue of Walt Simonson's run of Thor. Lo and behold, I do not. Well, I'm filling in the holes. So I got 339 and 348. $2 each. Filling in the holes. Of course, I've got 2 main books that I'll show last. We always like to work up to the big climax of the show with the best stuff. So yeah, so now I got these. I did pick up a 338 because it was a good deal. I love that cover. I already have it, but I don't mind having 2 of them. So there you go, 338. And back to Dennis.
All right. So another one I came close to trying to finish off the run of it. Jack Kirby. I'll just do the main one that everybody tries to get. You'll see it on the back walls. First appearance of Machine Man. I wound up getting 2 copies for a reason. This one was great, was a great one. I got that from Smashers, and I knew I needed 8, 9, and 10, and I need 5, but he needed the 8. This was in really nice shape. Wayne's a great guy, his whole family. I love him at the comic shops. So, you know, he's an X-Men collector. I picked up another book from him too. And then there was this one, and you're like, well, if you got that really nice one, why did you get this? Because Beardy Weirdy's Chris Rigo, shout out to you. He had 8, 9, and 10, the Machine Man bundle. So he had them both. So I wound up getting 2 copies of it. And yeah, look at that. 9 and 10. So I am missing issue number 5. And then I will have the complete run of 2001, A Space Odyssey. You know what? What I should do, let you guys see it. I'll even pop open the very last issue. These are not so easy to find anymore. But man, this Kirby art, I really dug it. I enjoy the movie. I am in the minority when it comes to that in my family. My family all hates 2001 Space Odyssey.
Was it slow?
Well, you need to watch it so you can form your own opinion.
I have. That is some nice art. I mean, I got it. That Kirby stuff. Yeah, so good.
Yeah. I mean, even the cover. I mean, I just can't wait. So, like I said, after I get issue number 5, Dennis will be happy because Dennis will stop talking in the third person as he gets his book. And another one that I did pick up here, I'm going to try and pop this one out and see if it comes up because I've got to put it right in. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Tarzan number 1. Again, something that I had as a kid. I had a bunch of them, and I wound up getting rid of my Tarzan stuff. Again, stupid decision, so I pay for it now by going back. This was the regular 30-cent edition. I didn't see anybody with the 35-cent variant on this one. But Roy Thomas, John Buscema. Yeah, this is not a cheap book, but you do got to open this up.
Oh, it's not a cheap book. I didn't know that.
No, not a cheap book. Matter of fact, I got these from the Cunninghams, $20.
Yeah, I'll have to look, see which what condition my number one's in. 'Cause, I mean, I've had it since I was a kid. I've had that whole run of Marvel's Tarzan since before I started working professionally. I got them all in my teens. So, and I don't even know what the cover price of mine is. I didn't know there were two cover. I didn't know there was a 35-cent one as well. So I have no idea which one mine is.
Yeah, you'd have to look. There's this call, baby.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. That is just great stuff.
Yeah.
I've got two French editions of Tarzan, the John Buscema stuff, reprints, but they're in black and white. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Two hardcovers.
All right, you're up, Andy. Oh,
I'm up. I've got, just so you know, I literally have 1, 2, 3 rounds left, and I'm done.
See, I really liked you when I met you yesterday. 2001. It is a great movie, especially for its time. Being able to see that, people bag on it so much. It's a thinking person's movie. It's not Star Wars. There's no lightsabers, flash them, shoot them up, but it is good science fiction. Today we take everything for granted. We're just watching. Andy and I finished For All Mankind, the first 4 seasons. And it's very reminiscent of it because it's all real space stuff and how that they did it. But, the Kubrick movie was a look into the future. It was awesome.
So these next 3 issues are a tip of the hat to Rob Liefeld. I was listening to one of Rob's podcasts, Robservations. He was talking about this 3-issue storyline in Avengers, drawn by John Byrne, inked by Pablo Marcos. I believe written by Shooter. Yep, Jim Shooter. It's a 3-issue storyline starting in 164. 165, Count Nefaria is the villain. And of course, concludes in 166. I didn't have them. I didn't want, these are just mid-grade copies. Dude, $2 a piece from Big Earl. I will be reading these today. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, Rob could sell ice to an Eskimo. He talked this story up so good. I was like, holy crap, I want to read that. And I never have. So now I can. 164, 65, and 66. Thank you, Rob Liefeld. Oh, let me go do it this way for the recommendation. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. So, booyah. There you go. Now it's Dennis's turn.
Yeah. So this is a group of them now. I think you guys will appreciate this. And I'm going to show you. These are mid-grade copies, and I don't care. They're older. I'm never going to go for near mints, but friend of ours, Fadi, he was there yesterday. He's a huge fan of Savage Sword of Conan. Yeah, this is a Boris cover. But this is issue number 12. I wound up getting 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 21. But this Boris cover, my buddy, he gets these in very high grades, like, very fine plus to mint. He prefers the mint, and he pays for them. And a shout out to you. My buddy's in the hospital. I just got the text message. He went to the ER. So prayers for you, bud. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery.
Are you talking about our buddy that was there yesterday that bought those too?
Yes.
He's in the hospital?
Yep. So we just found out. So it's we're sending prayers out your way. Hopefully you get back on the mend and get out of there. Nobody likes to hang out at the hospital. But
good Lord, I spend the night in a hotel room with Dennis in 2 separate beds. Every now and then I have to go to the hospital after, but geez.
Yeah, but that's usually from the bed bugs that you leave behind.
Oh.
But this artwork, I love this stuff.
Oh, that is such
Love
great.
this stuff. So yeah, you can see. So that's issue number 12, and then I did get 13, 14. Oh, I love these covers. I mean, like I said, I've got a lot of mine. I've got them from like 65 on up, and I've got some smatterings. But our buddy, good old Earl, had a whole bunch of these at a solid price. I think these were $5. And for this condition, $5, old Savage Sword. This is great stuff.
When are you going to get number 1?
We'll see. We'll see. That, I mean, I don't know if I ever will. I might if it gets to collecting, but that's what happened with like heavy metal. You know, I never expected to collect heavy metal. I read them as a kid. Let me grab something here. I read them as a kid. They're really cool. But having number 1, and I had a smattering of them, unlike my Dragon magazines and stuff like that, where I had runs and runs of them. This I didn't. And boy, I found number 1. I think it was it Lynn and his wife? They had a number 1 heavy metal on the backdrop. It was, and I'm not kidding, they're hard to find in the first place, but to find one in that high of a quality, I probably overpaid for it, but I didn't care. It was great. I actually don't need the whole rest of the series. I got my number 1. A couple other things that I will show you. I did pick up a couple of treasuries. This one was a little different because, you know, this isn't your standard treasury edition.
Nope.
This is, you know, it takes you through the behind the scenes stuff of the movie. So you can even see the back cover. Love that. Love that. I do like the behind the scenes stuff. And when they break out panels and stuff, this is cool. Like I said, not a normal treasury edition. And I know some people probably didn't pick this up because of it, but it even talks about Lex Luthor in nice high quality, paper. This is cool stuff. And then I had just gone through and redone all my treasury editions. So I finally cataloged them. I never had them. How are we doing, Genuine? Glad you could join us. I did not have this Conan, and I was like, oh, heck yeah. I'm just going to show you the back. Woo-hoo.
Dude, I have it. I would have sold it to you for $100, no problem.
Yeah, I know you would have. But see, that's why with Andy, I overpay for everything. With this, I don't, and it's good. I'm actually going to pop open some of the, let's see if I can find a good page in here where he's doing, oh, is that like a splash page in there? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I do love
Oh,
these.
yeah.
I do love
Oh,
these
God,
treasury
that is so
editions.
nice. So nice. That is just, oh my God, I love that peak. That it's not Peakberry because, you know, for that time period, it's Peakberry. Peakberry for me is like Wolverine and stuff, and the Marvel Comics presents, but you know,
Yep.
Weapon X. But that stuff is just so nice.
Good Barry Windsor Smith stuff right there.
And guys,
All
I'm
right.
halfway through. Or no, I'm over halfway through reading Barry Windsor Smith's Monster. Very good story. It's an emotional story. It is great. All right, my turn.
Yep.
All right, I got 2 left. All right, like I said, had to fill in some holes with my burn run. One of the ones I thought I had, but I don't, was the first appearance of my man Vindicator. 109. Oops, wrong finger. There it is. 109. I thought I had it. I do have 121 and 120, however, so I don't have to get those. They're not in great shape, but I have them. This one, I either wanted to get slabbed in really nice shape, but I got it from our buddy Wayne, Smashers Comics, raw. It's a nice shape. And I'm kind of glad it's raw because even though I have the reprint of it, I can always open this and just check it out whenever I want. Love the Dave Cockrum cover. Love the fact that on Alpha Flight 17, Byrne redid the cover in the same layout and then used pages from this book in it because it was a retelling of the first meeting. And then I even did a homage to this cover, which I sold years ago, but just love it. So very glad I could get this and check it off the list. So there you go. I've got one left. It's, as we like to say, the big bad booty daddy.
Yeah, I'll do this one, and then you do that because we have a little story to tell. Also from Smashers, I wound up getting a slabbed one. I upgraded my X-Men 100. This was in really nice shape. This one got an 8.0. I did get a slabbed one, and it really is a nice copy of it. It presents very well. It's got a little issue with the staples. It's got recessed staples on it. But man, that cover pops out. It was higher quality than my other versions of it. So, I bit the bullet, and, he overpaid for them, and I overpaid. We all overpaid for these, but boy, it's worth it.
There you go. Wait, was that your last one?
Well, technically no, but it ties in together. Well, here, yeah, I'll show mine first because here's the story. Because I know what you're popping up.
Oh, right.
Andy had his second book that he really was hunting for, and I found it for him. And our buddy Beardy Weirdies again, he had it. He cut me a deal on, of course, the great 2001 Space Odysseys. And Andy needed this book. And I was like, you know what? He gave me a good price. And I was like, I could send Andy over for this. Otherwise, I'll just buy it now. And so I bought it, took it over, and I told him what I got it for. And he's like, oh my God, that's a great price. And he goes, dude, I'll owe you. I'm like, yep, I know. That's cool. So I got this, gave this one to Andy, and because I told Chris, I says, yeah, if Andy doesn't want it, I'll just keep it. Either way, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
Well, Andy,
it's a great book to have 2 copies of.
It is, and I used to, and I really wish I would have kept all my copies now. But with that being said, Andy, who's always out picking, he's like an American picker, goes out there, and then he finds this.
So, like I said, I have to fill in my Thor issues by Simonson. Well, Jesus, wouldn't you know it? The one issue I don't have was 337, the first Beta Ray Bill. And I swear I had it as a kid. I swear I had the whole run. But like I said, I'm missing a few issues, just like I'm missing a few issues of the Fantastic Four by Byrne. Just a handful, like 4 or 5. Go figure, 337, probably the most expensive book out of Walt's entire run. I'm missing it. So Dennis, nice guy, does that. And I'm like, sweet, now I have it. I owe him for it. But I'm out looking later, and this guy has slabs and in a box. And I'm just looking. And the nice thing about slabs are you can just read the top of it and see, what it is without pulling it out. So I read it, and I was like, oh, I wonder what the grade is. 9.8 Thor 337 right there. 9.8. The dude had the prices with post-it notes just, stuck on it. And the price, and I thought I was missing. I thought I was just crazy. It was $150. $150.
He literally sent me a picture of it because when he said it for that price, I was like, no, I'm willing to bet it's the Marvel reprint one that's slabbed at a 9.8 that he's trying to get that out of. So that really was my assumption. So Andy went over, took a picture and sent it to me. And I looked, I'm like, son of a gun. That is the real one. That is an actual 9.8. So Andy got hands down the best deal of the convention.
But because I was looking at it for so long, the guy must have thought, oh, he's mauling it over and I really want to sell it. I didn't ask anything. The guy just goes, I'll give it to you for 1 1/4. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I played it cool. I didn't let the eyes pop out of my head. My tongue dropped to the floor and all that. I was just like, all right, I can do that.
And you know, the sad part is if Andy would have said, I'll think about it, I would have walked over and bought it in a heartbeat, because it is just such a beautiful copy. And now that guy's watching our stream right now, he goes, damn it, I gave it way too cheap to that nerd.
And once again, do I have a reprint? Of course I do. Do I have, and it's in a trade paperback. It's not like a single issue reprint. Do I have Walt Simonson's Thor Artist Edition? Of course I do. Is this in it? Of course it is. So it's not like I don't have it.
Genuine comics, crack it open, give it a read.
Nope.
And yes, and Dino, that is correct. That is a $400 book. Like I said, Andy really got a great deal. You know what you got to do? You've got to go on by Aaron Lepresti when we have him on. And you're like, hey, Aaron, I know you're a 9.0 guy. Would you happen to have a Thor 337 and a 9.0? And he'd be like, well, Andy, I think mine's at least a 9.0. And he'll give you some crap. I'm sure he's got one. And then you go, oh, but you have it in a 9.8.
Oh, no. I'm willing to bet you right now he doesn't have that book slabbed. He gets Silver Age stuff mostly, maybe a Bronze Age like that, but not really a lot. Now, does he have it? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it probably near mint? Yes. Don't ask. Hey, don't ask, don't tell, Randy.
You know, I will say this, Randy. Andy was very tight-lipped when he got back. So, Andy, how'd you get such a good deal?
Oh, it's not that I was tight-lipped. It's just that I had to sit down a lot easier than normal.
Yeah.
I just had to sit down a lot more tenderly. That's all.
Yeah. So, guys, there's one other thing that I am going to show you. I didn't get it at the show. We got it on the show weekend because we did go see a movie unexpectedly because we had time after setup. We did see a movie.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, The Substance.
Don't say it.
Yeah, you can say it because we're going to do a review on it. Demi Moore.
Blah. I'll talk over you. Just show what you got.
Dennis Quaid. We're going to do that one. But
Shut up.
Shut up. And they had a book of they have featured books of the month.
Ollie's.
Yeah, get things cheap. Star Trek pop-up book. Heck yeah, I am telling you, I am going to be doing a video at some point this week on this really cool book. And you're asking me, so Dennis, does this book really pop up? Oh, yeah, there is the Starship Enterprise right there. Look at that. It is a beautiful pop-up. And then you're like, oh, what? Oh, look at the dribbles. Look at the tribbles, guys. Oh, Bill Shatner and crew with the tribbles. Oh, my God. I should have.
And how much was it? And what's the cover price?
So I know what I paid for it. Look at that. There's your Borg cube. Oh, heck yeah. With the Borg Queen. And they did have the Borg Queen alcove there. The big DS9 space battle. Look at that. This is great stuff. I don't know how I'm going to wind up filming it. And this is from Voyager. I think this was like the Flash Gordon. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And then, of course, you get the NX-01 Enterprise, 3D construction, Bride of Katika or something like that. I think it is. Guys, it was $7.99 at Ollie's. You can't go wrong. I mean, there's not a whole lot to this book, but that cut up alone is worth it for a pop-up like that.
Cover price was what?
$30.
Look at that. Now that I think of it, I probably should have picked one up and sent it to picked two up for a couple friends. I'll just leave it at that. I'll have to check the Ollie's in town.
Dennis is glowing. Well, it was shrink wrap, so I didn't know for sure how cool it was going to be. But when I did finally pop it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
And I
it
think that's
is. And
it.
we all know
Yeah, I think
what
that
else is
is it.
awesome.
Guys, it was a nice haul. Obviously, you can see we spent a bit of money. We talked to lots of great people. Yeah. Randy got it home pop. Yep. I don't know. That may be what the blue pills are costing nowadays, but either way, it was a great weekend. So much great stuff.
There you go. Also, great Kor-Drath the Awakening. Guys, if you're new to the chat, new to the channel, Kor-Drath the Awakening is a 64-page graphic novel by Dennis and myself. If you're fans of Conan, Dungeons and Dragons, Game of Thrones, high tea fantasy adventure, you will love Kor-Drath. Kor-Drath and Adriana are back. They have to save the Shattered Reach from the evils of Vordoom, the Undying, who is teamed up with the Necronite and Lilith. Can they do it? Get this graphic novel and find out. If you missed the first one, the featured perk is the catch-up tier with a new cover on Kor-Drath, The Reckoning by Bud Root, and the cover A by myself and Dan Lawless for The Awakening. Go check this campaign out. You definitely don't want to miss out. Great artwork, if I do say so myself. Great story by Dennis. Guys, you're going to love it. New creatures, new monsters, new characters, and a whole lot of epic fantasy fun. Just finished.
And why is it all new? Because it is a sequel to the great Kor-Drath the Reckoning.
That's right. Multiple covers to choose from. Guys, the link is in the description. Randy's been posting it like a champ. Go check it out. Peruse it at your leisure.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're on YouTube, link will be in the description. If you're on Rumble, link will be down in the description. If you are watching it on X, and Randy is popping that so you can see it, we'll leave it up there. But you can just go to Indiegogo, type in Kor-Drath, Kor-Drath, and it'll be right there. And in case you missed the first one, and we have talked to quite a few people that didn't know about it, you can still get your copy of the first one.
That's right. Once we hit 60 grand, we will be unlocking this mini print by Bart Sears and Dan Lawless. It is the cover to the next role-playing game that Dennis wrote for this campaign called Demise and Dracomort. And we're making that a mini print. We have already unlocked so much great stuff. You're like, slow down. No, click on the link, take your time and go look at it. Enjoy a beverage while you're looking at the campaign and back your perk. Everybody right now is getting the Vordoom the Undying playable character card, 7x10, a lot bigger than a trading card. Great art on the front, myself and Dan Lawless, and on the back, playable stats by Dennis. And great news, guys. We got the tracking numbers for Kor-Drath, the Christmas Miracle, the children's book. The books will be in our hands next week. We can start shipping them out. No time like the present to go back this campaign. We only overprinted by a little bit. So go back it, and your book will be shipping out within the next couple of weeks, just in time for Christmas. The Christmas book, the activity book, that's all black and white with games and stuff for the kids, and an adult version of the book as well that we did, where we swapped out pages for some gruesome, gross Kor-Drath killing action for the adults with the same fun story. So guys, go check that out too. The link for that is in the description as well. And we thank you guys for joining us. We will be back on Wednesday at 3 p.m. with Rob Hunter is joining the show, and Bella Winters, the woman behind the fantastic videos where she can swap out faces. She's done numerous ones for us, for Ethan, John Malin, Shane Davis, and many more. So join us Wednesday at 3 p.m. with those special guests, and we'll catch you guys later. Thank you for joining. Right. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Prosper.
Hey, Dennis, I got 2 words for you. Go Cowboys!